guys, welcome to another episode of Trust Me, This is a Car channel. Okay, so every single drill press that I found on Marketplace or Craigslist that was like standing height was like $450, $500 used. This tabletop drill press, it was like 200 bucks. I actually got it for 180. And I just made my own little fence post in there, so saved myself 300 bucks just from, I don't know, making old junk work. Yeah, I'm just gonna paint that black so it doesn't look so trailer park boys.
Well, I think it looks perfect just the way it is.
Well, now I've got this beautiful roll-up door installed. It's got 3 windows. Yeah, stoked about that. Not so stoked about the price tag. When COVID first started out, I got a quote for like 3,200 bucks, and then yeah, about a month ago I got a second quote for 5,600 bucks. But it's on there, it looks awesome, so yeah. Also, I've done some shopping today. So I realized that I don't have a place to sit down, so this all chrome bench, pretty sweet. This is like one of those things that you see at like Pier 1 Imports. The lady said that she paid over 850 bucks for it. It's just one of those like pinky wagging fancy things, but I thought it'd look pretty sweet in the shop. So I offered her 200 bucks, boom, sold. And I've just bought this heavy duty steel, all steel workbench. I don't know how I'm gonna get it out of the truck by myself, but I just dropped 350 bucks on that. Okay, well I figured I better roll camera because that thing literally weighs like 600 pounds. Maybe this is a bad idea. Well, as it turns out, I should have been on the other side of the table. It started kicking out and I just had no place for my feet to go. I'm not wearing steel toes, I didn't want to crush my toes, so truck got a little banged up, but I'll be fixing that. Well, that's a bummer. Small fix, oh well. And this is our brand new truck, by the way. It's got like 6,000 K on it now. Yeah. Well, on the plus side, at least it's not an aluminum Ford, otherwise this would have like an 8-inch tear in it.
So you're sitting in that seat, you're not gonna post. Well, what do you think? That's the cosmetic partner, right?
Well, folks, I'm happy to say that 925 Chromeworks has its first customer, and you're looking at him. Welcome to another episode of Slickworks YouTube channel. We are joined by the beautiful Mrs. Slick, and today I'll be making the airline system coming off the compressor, and I'll be using PEX. So I'll show you guys everything that I have in front of me here. So this is pretty much everything that I'll be needing. I got my 1/2-inch PEX line, I got some clamps to hold it to the walls, ball valve for to let the moisture out of the lines. Got a whole bunch of T's, clamps, thread sealant, as well as a whole bunch of 90 degrees, because these lines are going to be jogging all over the shop. So as always, it's always a good idea to plan ahead. And so that's what I've done here. I actually drew these up when I first started the shop build. So this is every single line that'll be coming off the compressor, and I've marked every 90 degree in red, and all the T's are in orange. And then of course those are all the female ends for the airline connectors. So here goes. Okay, so I've got some pieces cut out here and some fittings just kind of mocked up, but this stuff it really likes to hang on to that curve from when it was in a coil. Nice. I've got 2 more of those shelves coming from Alberta with my parents, who are kind enough to bring me back some. So one shelf's gonna go roughly from there to, I don't know, somewhere around there, and the other shelf's gonna go from there to there-ish. So in between the shelves, I'm gonna have this little water separator. Okay, so this line that runs around the shop is 44 inches off the floor. The line that dives down was gonna be 35 inches. Now it's 33 inches. When it dives up the wall, I had it 50 inches, so it'll wind up somewhere around here. But now that 50, I've decided on 70, but now I've decided on 80, just to take up the whole wall. So it's gonna be a massive water separator. I mean, not that it's a water separator measuring contest here, guys. That entire time lapse was out of focus, but here we have the final product. I didn't end up getting a laser measuring tool, so I just kind of eyeballed it. But yeah, so there's all my, get all the water out of the lines, and yeah, it's taller than me. Those are done, tight, look good, ready to install. Back to my connectors. So I'm at a standstill right now, once again, because I'm short one T connector. I swear, I've been to the hardware store probably 5 or 6 times. So just expect that you'll probably do the same. On to assembling a couple of these. So the same way that I plumb these guys up is the way that I'm going to be setting up my inline gauges. That connector will go into there. We'll have one of those connectors connecting the gauges. That will screw into there, right there like that. Once we got that there, that'll screw into that there, and then this and that and that and the other thing, and then that with the clamp and that. And that is how I'm going to do it. Okay, I was 1 T short to make those, so I bought 4 of them. And more clamps, a lot more clamps. Also, if you're gonna hang a framed picture in your shop, don't put 1 screw in the back and then have that little wire hold it up. I drilled out 4 different screw holes and then countersunk them and then put in 4 screws. Not only is it perfectly flat to the wall, but if the shop gets super dusty, I can blow that off as close as I want and it's not gonna move. Okay, it's time for my other desiccant filter. So I've got the air line coming down from the ceiling. So of course I put a little ball valve there at the lowest point, and this is gonna go up and then go through the desiccant filter. And then that T, I'm gonna drill a hole through to the paint mixing room, which is on the other side of this wall. And yeah, there's actually a cabinet going right here. So probably gonna have to drill into the cabinet to create a passageway. Yeah, I don't know, you'll see. So that's where I'm setting that up. This is the cabinet here. The main purpose of this cabinet besides holding stuff, is this cabinet is going to conceal... Hey, Astra. Those. Yeah, so it's going to conceal those. A little bit dusty. Could use a good blow off. And someone came to buy some car parts from me, and a girl actually dropped her phone, broke her phone, and broke the glass for that gauge. So that's a bummer. Oh well. Okay, well, I just drilled the hole where that T is going to go through. And I didn't hit the cabinet on the other side of the wall. So let's go see where it came out. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Ooh, that was a little close for comfort. All good. Good thing these wires run this way. Cool. Okay, let's widen that up. It is just after midnight. It's 12:34 and I've gotten this done. So that comes off the main line. This here is because that's where my paint mixer is going to be. You know, the things that... Yeah, so that's going to be mixing up my paint. And then over here I'm going to have a short little hose coming off here, because this will be my paint mixing table. So coming off here I'm going to have a short little hose just to connect my gun, and when the bay doors open, just, you know, blow out the last little bit of clear or base coat or whatever's in my gun. So yeah, mixing room is done. Okay, come on, tell me that's in the right spot. Hey, that'll do. Perfect. Sweet. Drill that out a little bit bigger, and then I'll run these lines over here, and I gotta get my big desiccant water separators in there. All right, so I got these Power Fist Princess Auto Special desiccant filters at a great deal, but looking at this, I'm not so sure I got a good deal. It is just caked full of rust. It's disgusting, and I can't even loosen this. I'm gonna give it one more shot and see what we find underneath this grossness. Okay, well, I tried to employ my biggest wrench to fit on that, and it would not budge it. So I'm assuming the whole bottom half and inside of this, let's see, let's have a look here. Nothing but rust. So I'm assuming the whole bottom half of this looks like that. I thought I was getting a great deal. I mean, there's still rust falling out of it as I'm holding this. So this is junk. That was a waste of money. I gotta buy some brand new ones. So those desiccant filters are probably gonna wind up in my scrap bin, and I'm probably gonna go to the hardware store 2 or 3 times to make sure I have all the right fittings to assemble the new desiccant filters, which I plan on buying tomorrow. It is 2 in the morning. This is kind of like when I enjoy working the most, because none of my clients are bothering me. My family's asleep, so there's no kids and there's no wife who needs something. I'm gonna go inside, grab some dinner, and go to sleep. Tomorrow, I'll get some stuff on order. I gotta piece this thing together. Okay, it's a new night in the shop, and as they say, out with the old, in with the blue. Okay, my new blue air dryers unboxed. Just gotta start putting the fittings in, and those ones I'm just gonna put right back on Facebook Marketplace. Nah, I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not a total piece of shit. Well, it's kind of nice that these already have the ball valves installed. So, yeah, I'm gonna put these on, crack them open. Yeah, that's what I'll do first. So crack them open, then I'll fill them full of the desiccant stuff, which I have lots of right here. Well, now we can see why these things are totally rusted out, and the other one is because it's just totally bare steel on the inside. That's kind of weird. I don't know why they wouldn't just dunk the whole thing in a tank and paint the inside also, but all right, whatever. Okay, well the air drying system is done. Going into the booth anyways. So this dives down, there's that little valve there, and then it goes through a desiccant filter, and then it goes into my cabinet here. So once it's in the cabinet, it goes into that pellet, air dryer pellet filter, comes out the top, goes into that one, comes out the top, loops around here, goes through this desiccant filter. I wanted to put this one in because these blue pellets will turn pink when I know it's time to change these, because there's no way of looking inside those. So from there, and there's a filter, because this stuff it gets kind of dusty, I guess. So once it goes through that filter, it goes through another desiccant filter, and then it goes through a final filter, and then it goes into the booth. So I will have clean, dry air going into the paint booth. Okay, well, back to the store for that little missing puzzle piece. So this is all ready to go together now and install it in the paint booth. And just like that, we have air in the booth. So it comes in at full pressure there, and there we are. And yeah, so we got a full pressure coupler for blowing out the booth and stuff, and then there's a regulator, and then there's the regulated air for spraying and whatnot. So all I got left to do is just stick my white caulk in that hole right there and seal it all off, and we'll be done. And that seems like a pretty good place to end this episode, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it, guys. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate that. It's like 94% of my viewers, 94% of the views on my channel are from non-subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, I would really appreciate that. This is going to be a two-part. I know I didn't test to see that if there's any air leaks or whatever, because as you can see behind me, there's nothing heading that way to the compressor, because I have this huge horizontal tank. It's 120 gallons. We're gonna take that tank, stand it upright, cut that off, cut all the legs off it and stuff. I'm gonna weld on some steel to make it look like stabilizers, because that thing's gonna get painted up like a nuke. And once it looks like a nuke, then I'm gonna weld in my fittings and get it all set up as a piggyback tank for my 80-gallon tank. So I'll have 200 gallons of air, and that should do pretty well here, I think, when it comes to painting cars. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys on part 2.